What's up, world? It's your girl Diva D.
And it's me, your boy Trey Goody.
And you are now tuned into the 4th episode of The Forum. We're so excited about this episode. We had to lighten it up because me and Ron was like, me and Trey was going back and forth about an intense subject, which was college versus trade or whatever. So we did that, but today we're gonna switch it up and we're going to talk about traveling because it's almost the end of summer and people are getting their vacations in, and we just wanted to do a fun topic. And we also got a special guest that we'll bring on here in a few, but we're just going to start off with, our insight on traveling. I love traveling.
Definitely. I mean, traveling is definitely one of those things that everybody should do at some point in their life. Definitely. I know you like to travel. You take my fucking fiance out almost every other month. I gotta be left home with. I always got a plan every month. One weekend along with the kids. I mean, ain't nothing wrong. I love my kids, but I'm just.
I'll be asking him his schedule, like, so what time you get off work and what weekend don't you have to work because you gotta keep the kids because we going to such and such.
Yeah, it's a lot to that. Like,
it's
I gotta plan weekends with the kids because we not just sitting in the house. My kids, they drive me crazy. But anyway, traveling, so traveling is definitely one of those things that I think everybody needs to experience in their lifetime. Everybody needs to go out, explore other cultures, explore other ways of life, and that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out of the country to explore other cultures. You can stay within the within the bounds of the U.S. and just get out. I mean, I didn't realize until I got older there were so many people that never been outside of their own city. I think everybody needs to experience some form of travel, because with travel comes, I think, a lot of benefits. I think it's one of those things in life where the benefits definitely outweigh the negatives, and you do a whole lot of traveling. So of all the places that you've been, what would you say would be your most favorite place to go and why?
I have so many.
You can leave the explicit reasons out because I know you.
I like strip clubs.
Well, you married now too.
I like strip clubs. I like women's strip clubs. I hate male strippers.
That's the thing now. Like, a lot of women don't like male.
I hate them.
I want to interview a male stripper and ask him, like, has your business declined in like the past few years? I mean, because that's not foreign for me to hear you say as a woman.
I hate them. Like, and people be like, when I think of male reviews, I think of old women with oxygen tanks. Like the lady from Martin, the old lady from Martin that has been old our whole life. She got gray hair with the glasses.
You're in church. Shh. You're in church. Don't start nothing, and it won't be nothing.
You can't fight an old lady in church. What's wrong with you?
What you mean, baby? She's starting with me. She keep it up, I'm gonna take it outside.
What are you doing?
Excuse me, sister, but I don't mean to be rude. But can you take that fruit basket off your head so I can see what's going on?
If I have to turn around one more time, it's gonna be me and you.
Well, then make your move.
It just reminds me a whole bunch of like cigarettes and like oxygen tanks and things like that, bingo and other things. I hate male strippers. They sweat, they stink, then they try to put their nuts in your face. I hate it. It's just, it's not even a subject, but I hate male strippers. Okay, but so the question was my favorite place. I think I got different places for different things that I want to accomplish. Like, if I'm going somewhere to relax, I'll probably go to Virginia. My grandparents lived in Rocky Mount, Virginia, and it was like really, really relaxing. It's hardly anything to do. People go to Walmart for fun. They do. They go to Walmart for fun. Then they hang out.
Because I could definitely relate.
That's like that country shit. So when I want something like that, I would go there. But I think probably my favorite place to go and this is gonna be so cliche. Everybody say everybody need to get out of Cincinnati. They go to the same places, but God damn it, Atlanta is like my favorite fucking place to go. I don't know what it is about
it's the new Black Mecca. You know, that's the place to be.
But this is nothing new though. Like ever since I've been a little girl, because one of my aunts live in Atlanta. One of my favorite aunts, my dad's oldest sister, and every time I used to go there when I was a kid, she used to treat me like a princess. I used to get everything I wanted. We used to go shopping and stuff like that. So I was like, I've been loving Atlanta since I was like six or seven. We used to have like family reunions there and things like that. And it was just, I feel at home. Like, I ain't never seen so many black people in my life. Like if here, you know, it's pretty much two races, you know, black and white. That's pretty much it. But in Atlanta, it's just pretty much all black. Like when you see a white person, you be like, damn, where they come from? Like, you know, it's just, they doing shit down there. They own shit. It's just, I don't know. It's just it's just that Southern hospitality that I enjoy. And I think that's probably my favorite place to go. And it's not really a big deal, but that's just
Atlanta's definitely a place to be. Like I was fortunate enough to actually live there as a kid, you know, for a couple of years with my dad. And even though I was a kid, you know, I was 9 and 10 years old, you don't really experience, you don't get the full-on experience as a kid as you do as an adult. But to be down there as a kid and to, like you said, to be able to see the different ways of life, that's what, 6 hour drive, 6 hour drive, depending on who's driving, you know. Yeah, I mean, to be so close, but to be so different, right? You know, in comparison to where we from, it's like it's you know, it's an eye opener, you know, and you see for a person who, you know, who loves black culture and everything black, you know,
that is like
sure you do as much as I do, to see it, you know, that's all the blackness there and all
on
of
that, to see it on that level.
Yeah, it's definitely a great experience. And if anybody who has never been to Atlanta, you know,
and I'm pretty sure everybody in Cincinnati probably
should. I mean, it's definitely somewhere you want to be. But on the flip side of things, someplace like, you know, you touch, like, have you said Cincinnati, you know, it's black and white, you know, you go down there, there's so, you know, there's black people everywhere. One of my favorite places to go is California.
Oh my God, I
being in California, just the California itself is just so beautiful. I mean, the sunshine, the palm trees,
the air is different. And every time I think about California,
but then when it comes to culture, you have black, white. I mean, there's so many. I mean, the levels of brown just out there. The black people, you have Hispanics, Latinos, black people, like that right there, man. All that different culture is just meshed into one.
It's a big old melting pot.
Man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And then you know you get all these people intertwining and mingling and mixing, like, and to see them actually, you know, not just live out there, but to coexist and living and making it happen and making it work every single day. And it's just a great thing.
I forgot that I've been to California. When I first went to
Southern California, definitely.
Yes, when I first went to California, I went to Oakland and San Diego. And that was definitely an experience because, like you said, it's very, very diverse. But when I went to San Diego for our honeymoon, I was like in awe. Like my mom had always told me, like, if you ever get the chance to go to San Diego, go to San Diego, go to San Diego. I'm like, what's so good about San Diego? So I started looking at the pictures. I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, we get there. I mean, the air different. It's just absolutely beautiful. We talking about 65, 70 degree weather all the time.
All the time.
And me and Ron in the drop top, and everybody, and it's December. Everybody like, damn, y'all ain't cold. We like, hell nah. It's snow on the ground at home. But I can definitely say that I did not see a lot of people that look like me in San Diego. Like, it was just, you know, saturated with a whole bunch of different cultures and, you know, people of different ethnic backgrounds and things like that. And I think that's what I like the most because it exposed you to different people and how they live. And we were so close to Mexico, and my mom was like, drive to the border. And I was like, see, I draw the line because they may not let me back in. Cool on that. Like, mom was like, you can just go down and turn around. But the fact that it's that close to a whole nother,
and just,
you know what I'm saying?
One line and everything.
Yes. So I enjoy San Diego.
I think that's love to hear that, like, because, you know, one of my main, and when I talk to people about traveling, my number one thing is to do it is, I feel like traveling, for me, what traveling does, it gives my life perspective, meaning you go places and you see things that people may have or don't have, and if you see people things that you don't have, it really puts your life in perspective. You stop taking things for granted that you typically take for granted. You go places and you see things that people don't have the same. They might not have what you have. They're not exposed, like you said, country. Like I went to college in Wilmington, Ohio. I mean, you talk about rural area, it's just completely rural. Like, I laughed because Walmart was like the mall for us. Like when we was in Wilmington, Walmart was like Kenwood. You know what I mean?
Right.
You wanted something to do, go to Walmart. I mean, there's been plenty of times we got kicked out for riding the bikes around the store. There's nothing else to do. But it really makes you appreciate what you have. Like back home, it makes you miss home. It makes you miss those people around you.
You automatically see the differences.
Yeah, you definitely do. Like I said, it gives your life's ultimate perspective. I think you stop taking things for granted that you typically take for granted. And for me, I think as I've gotten older, my preference of traveling has definitely changed.
Mine has
like
too.
You said, like when I was, late teens, early 20s, I'd like to do the Miami thing, the Miami to Atlanta.
It's always a story to tell.
The Gallenberg trips and the cabins being locked in for a weekend. That was my past life, by the way.
You gotta make sure he mentioned
now
that.
Things has changed. Now, I got, the fiance, the kids, we do things.
So your travel.
It definitely changed. Like
that's why I said it depends on what you want to accomplish on that trip. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
definitely got my bucket list. Oh, can't forget about New York, man. Being in New York, you definitely have New York experience.
I get something in my cup and forget where the fuck I been.
The one thing that I love about New York, and the one word that describes New York for me, is energy. The energy there is just complete. It's on a completely different level. You feel the energy from the moment you touch that. Like if you have nowhere else to go, I always suggest if you have one place to go and experience downtown New York. Downtown New York, Manhattan, in like any of those places, man. New York, Manhattan, like downtown is the place to be down there. Like, and I used to, because the shit, the reason I feel so strong about that, because the shit like that used to scare me. I'm from the city, I got a big family, but I'm from Cincinnati. I always said, man, I don't need to be in a big city. Big cities would scare me, Like I don't want to be in those places. I want to stay home where I'm comfortable with the people I know and in the neighborhood that I'm from. But I ain't never want to go. It took me so long to get to New York because I'm like, man, it's too busy. It's so much going on in here.
The energy
you would see the videos. I'm like, why would you want to be cluttered walking down the street?
And the fact that it's so many cities, like literally, like all right in the same thing,
right and the fact that they're so close, but they're all so different too.
Because it's people that live in Harlem that ain't never been to, that really don't go to Brooklyn, but it's so close. Like you know what I'm saying, we think that everything is all the same, but it's really not. Like,
it's a.
But I would say that being on Times Square, it kind of scared me, and I say that because as soon as we got off the train, the subway or whatever, I got off and I saw a National Guard with an AK-47 on his back. I almost shit on myself. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to ask him. I was like, look, I just got one question. I'm like, what are you doing down here like that? He was like, ma'am, this is my everyday job. He was cool, but he was like, this is my everyday job. Like, post 9/11, this is what I do every single day.
And that's part of
it. Patrol and make sure, because the subway was right beneath Times Square. Like, if you went up the steps, you right there. So he was just saying it's just for the safety of, And
that's some of those things that, like I said, you experience different. Like, people that probably see him every day are accustomed to that.
Right.
Like, that shit
but when I got up, I was like, my eyes was big as hell. I was like,
that shit was.
And Lauren like, keep walking. I'm like, bitch, she's like, why you asking questions? I just want to know. Like, but if you don't ask, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was real alert or whatever, but he wasn't like a dickhead or nothing like that. But we don't have that. Like, you don't be on the metro. It's same thing in Chicago. When we went to Chicago, I love Chicago as well, and it's only about 5 hours away from here.
I can't stand Chicago. And I go broke every time. You go downtown Chicago to go shopping, I mean, you end up spending.
Well, I don't go shopping down there. I act my wage. I don't. What do I need to go on the Magnificent Mile for?
Wait till you had kids.
Forever 21. I can't afford none shit out of Gucci, fucking Louis Vuitton, none of that shit. Not yet. But when we went there, they was on a bus. And it was the police again with an AK-47 at the back door, like, hey, how y'all doing? I was like, oh, hey, like, first of all, you the police, I'm scared of you anyway. Secondly, why do you have that big ass gun? But of course, the crime rate in Chicago is ridiculous, and And I guess that's look like his everyday job.
Yeah, I mean.
So we just, that type of thing, like high security and stuff like that, we don't really have that here. But other places, they don't fuck around. Like,
you just got to be open to change and be open-minded when you go to places. Like, I thought, and I know you going to roll your eyes, shake your head, but I thought it was dope for Kanye to go to Wyoming to finish albums and just get away from everything. Like, I think... I feel like a lot of people, he got a lot of backlash from that. Like, why would you, what's in Wyoming, you know, but...
It's probably, for real, it's probably common.
I think
it ain't nothing to do, is it?
I mean, I'm sure there's something. I mean, I would have to do the research.
I don't want to go.
I mean, I'm sure it's something to do with Wyoming,
I just think of coyotes.
but...
Convince him that you really didn't mean it.
I never, like, let's go to Wyoming, like, for what?
I mean, I think I think that it was dope. I'm not saying that I'm gonna put Wyoming on my bucket list, but for him to know this is a place where I can go free my mind and focus on what I need to do
there's
because
nothing
of
to do
surroundings. I'm not saying that, but because this is an environment for me to be around and get things done. I think, you know, for him to just know that, like,
right.
You know, you have to be open to those new things, dare to be different. Ain't that what they taught us as kids?
Yeah,
dare to be different.
They also said don't do drugs.
But they did. But the biggest thing I think, and what I feel like a lot of us have to sink our teeth in, like sink our claws in, is the international travel.
Yes.
International travel.
I have yet to get a stamp on my passport.
And the reason being because I feel like I said, what I said earlier in the show is the perspective it gives your life. Because it's one thing to travel within the means of the U.S., but to get out and see full on different cultures, all day, every day, how those things are, I mean, how other countries and how other cultures live and survive from sun up to sundown,
right? Really,
I think gives your life meaning. Right. It really, really does.
And introduce you to new things too. Because when you step outside of the country, I think that really broadens your horizon.
Yeah, it gives you experience.
It makes you
can't get. Like, you can't get.
It pulls you out of a comfort zone as well.
That's the biggest thing.
Because people be like, because you ever seen that meme that say people want to travel out the country, but they get mad when they can't understand somebody that speak a different language, or they be rude. They be rude to people who don't know how to speak English. Like, and it makes sense, like, because you really like gonna try to travel from here all the way to a different country where English may not be the primary language. You know what I'm saying? And you experience what other people experience when they come here, you know? So I think that international travel is like the dopest thing ever, and I can't wait to embark on my, you know, journey as far as traveling internationally. And I really want to go to places that a lot of people don't go. Like, you know, people go to like you know, resorts, and a lot of people go to Bahamas, Jamaica,
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, the DR, things like that, which I don't, you know, nothing is wrong with those places because I feel like they are very calming and, you know,
I think
very beautiful. But I want to go to places that a lot of people don't go.
And you should, especially when you are on that journey, because I think international travel, just travel period, you learn about yourself.
Right.
You learn.
Right.
I think a lot of people don't realize that is that when you travel, especially internationally, you learn so much about yourself because you're put in those situations, in those experiences where you have to deal with things that you're not accustomed to.
Right.
And you're put in situations, again, out of your comfort zone. And the best way to learn about yourself is to do things you haven't done.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
You know, to me, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. So if you're doing the same things, going to the same places, experiencing the same things, there's no growth there. And as a person, we all want to grow. We all want growth.
Right.
But if we're stuck doing the same things and not leaving that comfort zone, how can you do it? You're going to drive yourself insane. So again, as I was saying, like, you learn so much about yourself.
New environments.
Yeah, definitely. That it gives. What was I about to say? What was I talking about? Sorry.
What was international? Taking you in different environments and things like that.
It gives you, you know, things that you can't get from TV, things you can't read in a book. It's that firsthand.
It's different reading about it than living it.
It is. That firsthand experience, again, is something that you can't really put a price on. But I won't hold this any longer. Like you said, we have a guest today.
His name is. Well, we'll introduce him. We'll give him the proper introduction. So today we have a special guest that we will be asking questions about international travel and things like that. This is, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Dennis.
This is Dennis. And me and Dennis go way back. It's like my little brother. Went to school with my little brother, so they are my little brothers.
Dano.
But he lived in Dubai for how long?
A year. Abu Dhabi to be exact. United Arab Emirates is what the country's called.
It's called what?
United Arab Emirates, the UAE.
I never knew that. See, he teaching us stuff already. Everybody just be like, Dubai.
Right. That's what everybody knows.
Right.
I can't tell nobody lived in Abu Dhabi. They don't know where that is.
Right.
Say
So Ron wasn't playing when he said that.
Serious.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel bad for laughing.
Y'all thought he was joking?
I thought he was.
Because he always be saying stuff wrong, so I thought that he
was serious. I actually lived in Abu Dhabi. Everybody just know it, Dubai. Abu Dhabi is actually the capital. Dubai is where all the money is, but Dubai is really in debt for real. People don't know that.
Okay, see, we learning stuff. So we thought it was dope to bring him in and kind of discuss his experience, living in I'm gonna keep saying Dubai.
That's all good. They know.
His experience living in Dubai and things like that, because it's completely different, and for somebody to uproot from United States and to go to a whole other country and
Cincinnati,
to actually live there. Yeah, Cincinnati, little bitty ass, Cincinnati. Inner city Cincinnati, to go there. We thought it was dope to bring him on board, so we'll get into that. Just give us a background of why you went to Dubai, and then we can go into
a lot of people ask me, was I in the military? No, I wasn't. My brother is, though. He is in the Air Force, so thank you to everyone that's supporting and serving our country.
Definitely.
Much support. The reason I went, though, my aunt, she lived there for 3 to 4 years before I even went. She was a teacher. She taught here in America all her life. Denise Key is her name. I love you, auntie. She probably gonna watch this. She went out and was working there, and she was asking me, well, I was asking her initially, like, could I come out there and things like that, and she was saying, like, it really wouldn't be nothing for you to do. It ain't a job here for you, because in order to work and live out there, you have to have a visa, and you have to have a college education, all that, to get a job.
Okay.
So when she eventually got into contact with this investment company, they was helping her do insurance plans and savings plans, things that we offer here when you work, that expats is what we call it out there. Okay. We don't have the availability of taking advantage of, because we're internationally. Our consumer need to control everything, so it's messed up for us when we go out overseas. So when she was teaching over there, she came in contact with this company, and she told me that I had an opportunity to be able to work there, because she knew I did sales, and she knew what type of background I had working, and I didn't have to have a degree to work there. Right. So she got friends with somebody specifically that was a financial advisor, a consultant, and he was like, yeah, I'll bring him out, because they had a real good relationship, and she spoke very highly of me. So when I spoke to him on the phone, he liked me. He wanted me to come out there. Initially, I was scared to do it. It wasn't even because of just traveling out to Dubai, because like I was saying earlier, growing up, my mom, she had us traveling a lot. So traveling wasn't something that foreign to me. It was the fact that when I had to go, I had just grew my dreads. I was a year and a half in. They was almost at my shoulders. Yeah, I remember. Man, when you get dreads, it's a different feeling once you get them. It's different than when you first get them as a style. But once you get them, it's something totally that.
Right, you attach.
You become a life.
So why couldn't you have dreads?
It ain't that I couldn't. It's just the type of person that my aunt is. It's all about perception. It's all about how you present yourself. And if she putting her name on the line for me, and I'm coming out there,
cut them down.
I gotta be however she want me to look.
Right.
And she paying for everything. Like I came out there with not $1. So who am I to say no? I'm keeping my dreads, but I'm coming. I ain't got that type of choice. That was my feeling. So yeah, everybody kept talking to me, telling me like, you need to quit being stubborn, cut them, go out there, go experience. And I don't remember what it was. That was just like, you know what? I think I just had enough of just just fucking up around here for real, just doing the same shit. I just like, fuck it, like, what is there to lose?
Right.
Like, why not? If I don't like it, my mama will come and get me, or she will send a plane ticket and my ass come back home. I'm like, why not? I went out there, if it wasn't for me having to leave, I wouldn't have left.
Right. Right.
For real. And I felt like I was in a position where I had to leave, so yeah.
So like just being out there, what would you say was coming from where we come from? I say that a lot. I always say coming from where we come from. But I mean, we out here. We can all identify. From the city, right. Coming from coming from where we come from, what would you say was probably the biggest or the most toughest transition for me from here to there? Like the biggest.
Not even inner city. It's just coming from America, going to the United Arab Emirates. America is home of the free. Like it's about.
So they say.
So they say, but they can't. They can't. That I don't get what y'all saying, but I can't go to jail for saying something about Trump. I can't. It's a lot of shit that I can do here that my rights is It ain't like that now.
So you kind of saying like it ain't half bad compared.
Like y'all said earlier, when you travel, you get to see how good you got it back home.
Right.
We are. Christian country.
Right.
So it's in the way Christianity work, it ain't very strict. They are a Muslim country.
Okay. And that was one of my questions. So you getting into that?
And I ain't want to, but
it's cool, but that explains a lot of what what you're saying. Yeah.
And they live by with the Quran. They don't bend nothing. Now you got some people like the younger generation, like our age, that watch a lot of American movies and try and travel a lot. They got that influence on them that they drift away or they experience or they question.
Which the same thing with Christianity.
It's not right. It's not wrong. But a lot of them though are so feared, like just from their religion, which I admire, honestly. I feel like it's a great thing. Like if you believe in something like that, whatever, like if you feel like this is wrong and God, Allah don't above, don't do it.
Right.
And they like that. I'm not doing it.
You know, we be like, I'm gonna just do it.
You feel me? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Like, I'm gonna do a little bit. Right.
He might be asleep right now.
Like no sex before marriage. I'm gonna just try a little sex.
Just a little bit. Not all of it. He'll forgive you. Right. He forgive me for my sins.
Right. He's forgiving God.
You feel me? That's something that we built up on, but over there it's like
one and done.
To say the fear of God is in you.
But they got love for each other so much that even if you do mess up over there, like they love their family so much, bro. It's like it's okay. Like we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna get past it. We're gonna talk to Allah. We're gonna pray about it.
Right.
But it's gonna be a lot more stricter for you from there on out.
Right. So the cost of living is.
But to answer the question, I think just the what
was the question?
What was the biggest difference?
Okay.
Being able to just be free. Like I thought we wasn't free, like we said here, but going over there, it's a lot of stuff you can't do. Man, like drinking liquor, you supposed to have a liquor license to be able to drink. They don't even want you drinking over there. Yeah, that's something.
So do they have liquor stores?
Right, they have liquor stores, they have bars and all that. But if you were to get caught, for instance, we'll talk about this later. But if you were to get caught drinking in a certain perimeter outside of a bar or a hotel, which is a bar and hotel, they all mix. All the bars are in hotels. Okay. So if you like 100 feet away from the hotel and you get caught drinking or get any alcohol in your blood, you can go to jail for that. Or if you like intoxicated in any type of way.
Because they feel like alcohol, it poisons the mind.
Facts.
It poisons the mind.
You can't do nothing.
Anything that alters your natural state is
you can't do it.
Just poison. Like it,
I'm gonna be in jail all the damn time.
Right. But the thing is that they promote it, but then try and punish you for doing it.
Right.
It's a messed up thing, man. It's a messed up thing. What was your question? I apologize.
Is the cost of living significantly higher there than it is here? Because you see, like when you see pictures of Dubai, you see like really nice architecture, like you know what I'm saying, like buildings, it just looked like money. You know what I'm saying? So I just automatically assume that the cost of living was significantly higher. Is it or is it not?
It depends. In Cincinnati, it is regardless because
it's cheap here. We be complaining, but
it's cheap here. But in comparison to America, I think over in Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates, it's more expensive over there. But Dubai like I was telling y'all, isn't where the money is generated. That's just where the money is pumped into. That's where they put all the money into to attract.
But they
all
not
this
getting
stuff.
it back.
But not as much as Abu Dhabi is making. Like Abu Dhabi is where the oil is. That's where everything for the country, like really, yeah, that's where everything
That's
works.
where they generate all the money
That's where they
at.
generate majority of the money. But now Dubai is like I'm not sure because I haven't been there for like 2 years, so I haven't been in the loop. But I would say with the attention that it attracts, it's definitely got to be coming out of that because everybody wants to go there.
Right,
Everybody's going there.
Right.
I see the Dubai expos with all the boats and the So they
because
got
I had never heard of Dubai until I was like an adult, and it's like not even early adulthood. Like I would say within the last like when you were living there, I know you was on Facebook and stuff talking about it. It wasn't too long like before you moved there that I had first heard of it, and I'm like, well, damn, I ain't never. It shocked me because there's so many places that I haven't even thought of. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know. It's just a lot of places that a lot of people don't even know about until people, start hyping it and start going. You start seeing pictures and stuff like that. Like, I know this is off topic, but like Africa, like when we in school and things like that, you see the bad things about Africa. Like you see like
Africa.
the slums.
You see Cape Town and Johannesburg and Durban.
South Africa,
you wouldn't know.
That's like LA.
You wouldn't know. Like
South Africa, look what Jamie Foxx
dangerous after night. Hey, dangerous at dark. Don't stop at the red light, but you gonna have fun.
What Jamie Foxx said, South Africa just like Oakland. You have a big ass elephant outside your window. Like
it's in a safari. Like the closest I've been to Africa is Lion King. Like you know what I'm saying? So that type shit like excite me. Like because as an adult, like you start to explore things for yourself, and people, and I kind of think it's blamed on history that we get. They spoon feed us things
That's
about certain places, like
to
this place
our
is
thinking.
like this place is cool, but this place it's dirty, this, that, and the other. But we don't you don't see it until you become an adult and you get to meet different people that have been there or are natives of that country. And so
I just want to touch real quick. That's why traveling is so important because you get the full experience for yourself. You don't get what's just being given to you,
right?
Because
absolutely.
like she said that everybody, and I haven't done this, and I preach this. Everybody should make it a point in a life to visit Africa at some point. I've never been there, but it is definitely on my bucket list within the next 5 years. Because of the perception.
Hell, I might not come back.
Might not.
They might pull a Nas and Belly.
Right. I'm be left out of that motherfucker. I'm wearing turbans and shit in the videos back home. Like I'm not coming back.
I still got my Kendora. I brought my motherfucker back.
See?
That's the white quilt that they put on with the.
So did you have to wear that?
I didn't have to.
Actually, that brings me to another question I'm gonna ask you. As far as like, we fashion is we put a lot of emphasis on fashion and clothes over here in the States. Like, what's that like over there? Because
I can tell from the
that
pictures.
Is a great question.
Because I know from you just saying that it's a heavily favored Muslim country, and a lot of people got this perception of Muslims that they all what they wear and what they don't wear and what they can do. And like I said, because a lot of people, I know a lot of women joke about it. I couldn't be Muslim, I couldn't marry no Muslim because I ain't about to wear that and I ain't about to do this. But because we put a lot of emphasis on what like you said, perception, what we look like. So what's it like? Like what's that fashion tip?
So over there, honestly, if you seen for the guys that Kendora, the white long robe.
So it's called a
Kendora. And then the head is called a guthrie. The scarf or whatever. That's all they wear. They wear it for sports. They wear it for.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
they play soccer with that on?
They play soccer in that. Now, if you play for professional, you gonna wear
Of course.
But when they just kids or they just out doing, they wear that Kendora everywhere. Sports, business, casual, everything.
So people wear that to work and everything. They don't wear suits?
No, not the locals, the people that's actually born and raised.
Right.
The thing that changes is what they wear on their guthrie. If you see, sometimes they have the white guthrie, but then over top they have a black little something over. That determines like if it's business related or if it's something with significance in it.
Right.
That mean like you
that's
got
like
on a
dressing
suit.
up.
That's like dressing up, just putting on that black thing over it.
Wow.
But if you just got the white thing on,
You
you
just
good.
get it.
Sometimes you take that off and just put on a baseball cap.
Really,
Yeah,
but the bottom doesn't change.
They keep that on with the sandals.
So women.
Casual Fridays, we just gonna throw in the baseball
Man,
cap.
and you know what's
Right,
crazy? What
right.
people don't understand is that motherfucker is thin as shit. It's
Is
white.
it? It look really
It's
thick.
super thin. Nah, it's not. It's super thin. If you touch it, the material that's made out of is super thin. When you put it on, it's comfortable as fuck.
Is it?
It's super comfortable. It's long as you gotta learn how to walk in it because you walking in like basically like a dress. Like how you know how a dress is. You can't walk too far.
Right.
You gotta learn how to walk in it. But when you do, it's comfortable.
Wow.
I bet it has to be dumb. I mean, but it has to. You know,
it's
the
110
weather.
degrees
Yeah, the
out there.
weather over there. Yeah.
And that's why
So when
wear
they
it.
go shopping, so are there malls? I mean,
That's all they do.
it's like,
That's all they
it
do.
may seem weird, but it's like I really want to know. I'm so interested. I'm intrigued.
That's all they do. The malls is like how you were saying Walmart for Wilmington. That's the malls for them. The malls is like that's it. The kids ride bikes in the malls. The kids play scooters. The malls.
But do they sell? Do they sell like could you go over there and go to Nike?
They got Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel.
So do they wear Nikes?
They got everything. They want to be Americans. Like I don't say they want to be Americans, but they adopt.
So a lot of people are
our fashion. They love
So,
our fashion.
so would you say that
Adidas,
attire,
everything
that they, you know, that
But they
you
got
said they
paper.
got Chanel.
What's it called?
They got money.
What's it called?
The Condor.
Condor. So are those typically handmade? Like, do they normally make those? So you can't really just go in, like.
Nah,
Like you know how you can go to Walmart and buy.
because
That's what I really want to know. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
go
what
in
I'm
there
saying.
and
Like, do you go shopping and be like, let's give me that on the wall. Like, it look like the rest of them.
they
Like, you know
got-
what I'm saying?
nah,
I ain't
it's
trying to be
not like
funny,
that.
but I'm just saying, do they switch colors? Is it just
They got black. Like when they get cold, or they don't really get cold. It just get like
they say
cooler.
Yeah,
cooler.
yeah, because
cooler.
you
So
really
they
like
put-
shit. This
Yeah,
ain't
right,
cool.
this ain't
Like,
shit. Sometimes they put on gray. Sometimes they put on black. I
So
seen
they
brown,
change color. Okay,
but it ain't too
okay.
many colors. But it's just a few colors.
Right,
but
right.
White.
Because
is
I
what a lot
always
of
see
them wear.
white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, do
got
they
so
ever
many
wear
of
a
them.
different? Right.
Hello.
I've actually seen the other color, and I was actually going because I've seen the different colors, and I didn't know if a different color had a different significant
not
meaning.
really.
Right,
or it was just
exactly.
like,
Or the time of year it is. Just to them, like I said, sometimes it get cooler. Sometimes it don't really rain over there. Like when I went over there, it rained one time in the entire year.
Once?
But, yeah, once. But when it rained, it fucking rained. I'm talking about like it was inches in it was crazy. It was crazy.
So do they get scared like how we get
Oh
scared?
no,
for
hell no.
They still
go
out there?
outside- They go outside and jump, enjoy. Like they don't
Because
get
they don't get rain. So it's like you when you be in jail, you be like, "Can I take the trash out?" And then it
Yeah.
rain, you be like, you know.
It's one of them. They go outside. You see all the kids like just doing a little crazy. You just look at them like, damn, have you seen rain before?
Right. But
Get
that's
your
just
ass outside.
right. But that would just be like how if it snow in places that it don't really snow. Like for instance, in Atlanta when it snowed there, they weren't prepared, and the kids
But
were
it's
so
something new.
amazed. Exactly.
Like just like my friends from Cali. I have a friends from California that just moved here a couple years ago. When that nigga, he loved living here because he loves the winter.
Oh,
He's never seen snow until he got here. So when it comes snow, this nigga love going out to get boots. Love
Right.
going out
Oh,
to
I can get some
jackets and
Timbs.
coats. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
go in the house.
Right,
It's snow.
right.
He
It's a
outside.
blizzard, like-
Yeah, he outside enjoying
Driving.
Bro, go in the house. Like that's not. This ain't
That's
that.
just that change. Absolutely.
So it's just being what you're accustomed to, just that different lifestyle.
so coming back, when you came back, like what's something that you brought with you? Like whether it was something physical or something a mentality that changed. Like
Everything, bro.
If you brought back when you come back, what was it like? What being over there made a significant difference? You would say in your life now.
My whole life changed because I went over there. Honestly, I always been a humble type of guy, but I'm a lot more humble just because of the stuff I seen over there, the type of living conditions. Like the people that's from there, they live good life, great life. Even if they don't have money, their government will take care of their people, and that's one thing I love about their country. Like
That's the difference.
they take care of their people. You single mom or any of that, you getting money. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. They gonna take care of you.
Right.
But the people that's from like lower parts of the world that come over there to work, like that's the bottom of the totem pole. Now they get treated the worst out of anybody that's there. But to them, That's way better than what they get accustomed to back home.
Right.
And
Which
that
we
was,
get some of that too with people coming from different countries dying on the way here.
Yeah.
And
that's
we
the
be like,
same
y'all
thing.
trying to come over here,
Right.
but it's way better than
We don't
what they
understand what
right.
they used to back home. So that kind of blew my mind. It's like they come over here and put up with this lifestyle, and some of them not getting treated the best. But if you talk to them, they the most happiest people in the world.
Right.
All that they able to send money back home to their family.
Right.
There's so much shit that they can get. Their values is a lot different. A lot different.
I mean, the value family is like you put family.
That's what it sounded
because
like
a lot
to
of
me.
people, and a lot of people here say that. And that's what bothers me because people will say, family of everything, but
They
then
don't.
you really mean it. Do you really mean it?
No,
They
just like in
don't.
other countries, if you violate loyalty and you get your motherfucking hands chopped off,
the way they
all
do
that type
discipline
stuff.
over there, they send. So yeah, they terms of punishment over there is different. Like they stone people. So if they sit you in a little not so much in the UAE, but just in their culture, it's depending on what. Let's say this. So I read a story. It was a guy who sold a half a zip, which is 14 ounces, to an undercover police officer in Abu Dhabi or in the United Arab Emirates. He's from Britain. Here, you get a weed ticket for that because that's less than 100 grams. That's just a ticket. You going on about your day. You got to go to court, pay that, and you good. This guy got execution. He was sentenced to execution for selling 14 grams of marijuana.
Weed?
Of marijuana, weed, to an undercover cop. It's just weed to us. But over there,
And that's crazy for me to say what like that. And
yeah, execution.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad
They stoned
that it was they wanted to kill him, shoot him, put a bullet in his head. Like, yeah, execution. It was pop his head off or something. Yeah. The reason they I don't
Put some damn
put some
weed.
weed. Right. I don't know if it happened yet. And
Shut
the
the
reason,
fuck
listen,
up.
I
You
swear to
always
God,
laughing at me.
the reason why it didn't happen was because the British government got into it and tried to intervene and stop it because
They
to
lied.
them in Britain, that's
Right.
So they lose your life over that. But then again, you over and you need to understand what their rules are and they law. They don't have to turn you over to your government. They can kill you and do whatever they want to.
That's
because
what
you
that
violated
brings
their
up
rules.
another thing about that whole thing. And was it South Korea? Was it North Korea? South Korea?
North
Korea?
Yeah.
When that guy, I think his name was Otto, he pulled they told him don't go on whatever floor. Sorry if I'm not. Yeah, it was
incident?
paraphernalia or something like that, like a poster. Something like this. He went to a floor that he wasn't supposed to go to.
A floor?
A floor. They in a hotel. They said don't go to the. I'm gonna just say the 8th floor because I can't remember verbatim. And they said don't go to the 8th floor. And he went up to the floor and
White guy.
they was a white guy. Yeah.
Oh, he does.
They was taking because first of all, niggas not going to North Korea.
You say don't do this.
They
don't do it.
I'm gonna
He
stay on the
pulled
5th floor
right.
to make sure I got some
I don't give
cushion.
a fuck what's on the 13th.
Yeah, at all.
So he pulled.
Pure
He
mayonnaise.
had the
Look at
poster
the damn season
down.
they like, 'cause they
They was
bland
putting
as
that shit on Snapchat. It's like a big thing. They was putting that shit on the internet. Somebody caught wind of it, screenshot, boom. They had probable cause to arrest him. Boom. So he goes to jail. His whole group go back to the United States.
He's in North Korea still.
Yes.
Damn.
He had to stay there. Ended up getting sentenced to not jail, but like X amount of years of hard labor. But his body wasn't gonna last, and they brought him back over here, and he was a vegetable. So that goes into saying that even though you're from a different country, when you go somewhere, you have to abide by their rules, or you're gonna suffer the consequences. As in,
That's a fact.
as in, how they give them. No matter if you white, black, Puerto Rican, or Asian, don't matter. Like,
it's sad topic. When something only certain people know. My close friends, I could probably count on my hand the amount of people that know this. But when I went to Abu Dhabi, I went to jail too. Man, it was only because same dumb shit. But see, like I told y'all earlier, they trick you. They tell you come over here and drink this liquor. Then you get over here and drink this liquor, and they don't tell you all the full consequences. So this what happened. I'm with my manager, co-worker. I think that's it. another manager, actually. 2 managers and 2 co-workers. Off work hours, so we at the bar, and they from Britain. If you don't know anything about people from Britain, they fucking get drunk. They drink. And if you know me, I fucking get drunk. I'm keeping up.
We got something in common.
Hey, don't test me, 'cause I'm not drink yet, or at least try to. So we out, and it's a pool bar. So it's one of those, you swim up to the bar.
Oh,
yeah, you swim up to the bar, and you just get your drink, and you can swim out and go drink that motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah, bro, it's lit out there. I had a great time. Jumped off fucking boats and some more shit. But back to the story. So we at the pool bar, we getting drunk, we sipping, we having fun, having a good time. We meet some guys, because the type of person I am, I meet people, I talk to people, I mingle.
Yes, you
so
do.
some motherfucker bought us like a couple rounds of tequila shots. I'll say 3 or 4 rounds of tequila shots.
Damn.
Yeah. Back to back to back to back. He fucked with us.
Tequila gets you on the whole.
Bro, I'm talking about
angry shit.
After I already been drinking a lot of beer and I'm drunk as shit. I'm a beer drunk. He ordered us 4 tequila shots. Drink them 4. After that, I don't remember shit that happened. Like the third one, I don't remember shit that happened after that. But what the glimpses that I do remember, we left the pool bar. Went out to the hotel. As I told y'all earlier, if you leave 100 meters out of the hotel without a cab, you can't. They got cameras every fucking where. They gonna find you. It's crazy over there. I'm at the hotel. I'm waiting on the cab. It's a long ass line of people. This is the same building I work in. They got a pool, like St. Etihad Towers. Everybody knows, if you watch Fast and Furious, it's the one that they jumped out of building to building. That's the building I work in.
Okay.
So we there drinking. My managers and them, I don't remember where they at, but I'm waiting on the cab, and it's a long line. It may not have been a long line, but it was a long line to me. I was drunk. I don't remember how many motherfuckers was there, but I ain't gonna wait. So I'm motherfucking waiting for a cab. This taking too long. So I walk down to where the cabs gotta come up to. So I'm thinking I'm about to skip all the people.
Some Cincinnati shit.
Right. Like, I ain't waiting in line. No wait.
So I go down to the bottom, and the cabs, instead of passing up the little exit to come and get me, because they had to either come up the exit or pass the exit and pick me up. A lot of them just went up the exit. Like, they're like, fuck this little black nigga.
Right.
And another thing is, when you over there, they think that every black person is African. They don't until you talk or until they get to know you, they don't know that you're African American or you're a black person from America. They think you're just straight African.
Right.
So you don't get a lot of respect, because Africans are cab drivers. They do all the bottom. Yeah, a lot of them
That's
do that's fucked up. But it is what it is.
I don't want to go there.
But like I told you earlier, it's better than what they live back home.
Yeah.
They making more money than they do back home, or they wouldn't be there.
Right.
So I'm down there waiting for a cab. I'm trying to wave a cab down, but I'm a little drunk, so I'm probably being a little extra. And I just left the pool. All I have on is my swim trunks. My shirt's still off. I got it around my neck. I got my towel around my neck. I think I'm in Miami. You know, but it's hot as hell. I'm out here trying to look not even thinking where I'm at, nigga. I ain't back home, nigga. So I'm down here waving a cab, and next thing you know, and it was crazy. It was a police officer. Like, I seen the lights. I don't remember where they was, but there was a police officer taking care of some other incident somewhere in the vicinity. But I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm drinking. I'm feeling good. I'm just trying to get a cab so I can go home. Man, I'm waving down the cab. Cab didn't come. Police officers pull up, and they pull up a little bit ahead of me. So I had to turn my head this way to look at them. So I see them get out. I'm still drinking. I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm like, all right, hey, officer. Still looking for a cab. These niggas walking toward me. So I turn around again, and these niggas grab me and just throw me on the ground. Didn't talk to me, nothing. Just throw me on the ground. They threw me on the ground, put my face, man. Like they fucked you up. They fucked me up, low-key. So after that, throw me in the back of the car. Back of the car, we go to the station. Now at they station, they blood test you immediately. I'm talking about they get a needle, alcohol pad, wipe my shit out. So that's what I'm saying. You do not want to fucking do anything illegal over there, because if you ever get in any type of trouble, they gonna find out. They pull my blood, pull my urine, all of that. Yeah, while I was there in custody.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. Threw me in the motherfucking little holding cells like hella other little Arabs. And they don't know that I'm the American yet, but some of them like was asking, like trying to talk to me and shit, and I told them like leave me alone. Like when they hear me talk, they start talking more. Like, but man, I had to go to jail. they tried to serve me fucking cold rice and chicken. I gave it to the other little Arabs. I was cool. I didn't know how long I was gonna be there, but I wasn't eating that shit. Just give me some water and some OJ. And them motherfuckers started talking to me. They found out I was American. They started talking to me because they transported me like to 3 other different places.
Are you serious?
In that time frame, yeah.
Right, that's all
So how long was you in jail?
For like a weekend. It was like a whole weekend. Yeah, it was a whole weekend.
And then they just let you out like, all right, what
hell no. Hell no. Let me explain. Hell no. My aunt. Thank God for my aunt. That's a smart motherfucker. She called. That's a smart lady right there. She called me. She couldn't get in contact with me. She knew every night that I went out, I would at least let her know something. Like she just know, like she can get in contact with me if she wants to. But this night was weird, and she couldn't contact me. When I first got to Abu Dhabi, I went in her apartment and I met a local. I figured he was a local, and I was speaking to him, talking to him, just trying to get a feel for him and see what type of guy he is. Real nice guy, genuine guy. We had a nice ass conversation. He had a Rottweiler dog, but I never remember his name or nothing. So I went to the security desk and I told them, like, it's a guy with a Rottweiler dog that's a local here. Give him my number and call me. So when he called me one day, and ever since then we've been friends. Cool. Manzura Abdullah. I love you. If you see this, I love you. He knows it. So he, ever since then, we've been cool. Him and Andrea, that's his girl. She's American actually. She's from North Dakota. Okay. So yeah, ever since then we've been cool. So my aunt called him. She said, "Listen, I can't find Dennis. I don't know what's going on. I need your help." He knows guys that's in the police academy or whatever. Okay. So he started looking around. He started asking his friends, "I need you to look for this black American. This is his name." Right. So he
ain't too many people like him.
Right. He finds me. Like I told you, I went to jail with swimming trunks, no shirt, and a towel. I had to sleep with my towel as a cover. I was cold as shit. And they took my shirt. I don't even think I had my shirt. The next day, the guard comes up to me and was like, "You got a message." I'm like, what? I got a message. Somebody knows I'm here?
Like, glory to God.
I was thinking I'm like, shit, I get out this without her knowing. Like, so still, like, you got a message. They're like, somebody brought you some clothes. I'm like, who? And they're like, Mr. Abdullah. And they put so much emphasis, so much respect on his name. And I knew who it was immediately. And I knew what type of guy he was, and I knew what type of respect he had around his country, so I knew what it was. But that instant showed me who he really was. Like before then, I really didn't know what type of pool, what type of guy he was. But he really got me out of that situation. I had to pay some stuff, and I had to pay him actually, I'm still paying him. I tried to pay him, and he told me, "Don't worry about it. If you see this, I want to pay you." Right. Come to America, nigga. It's
Right.
But yeah, he thank God he got me out of that. He helped me tremendously. If it wasn't for him, I don't know how that situation could have happened.
Right.
But
so that's going
all
back
because
to
I was just drinking without having a liquor license as a visitor in another country. That's some bullshit.
So was that like, real quick, was that like early upon your arrival, or was that towards like
in the middle? In the middle, toward the end. Toward the end.
Toward the end, okay.
Like toward the end. Within the last couple months, for sure, yeah.
That's dope.
But it's something that definitely played a critical role.
Dope that you went to jail.
Nah, it wasn't. But it's an experience. This is something that changed your life. Yes, I thank God for everything that happened when I was there, while I was there. Because at the end of the day, he was always there protecting me. He didn't let shit happen to me.
And you befriended him for a reason. You know, you didn't know, but you befriended him for a reason. He ended up being a blessing. And that goes back to saying what Trey was saying, you know, you befriend other people in other countries and things like that. And, you know, different cities. Yeah, like.
And that's a guy that's my friend for life. He knows he ever come to Ohio, he better call me.
Right.
Because you know I got him like he had me. And that's for anybody, even the guys that I messed with when they was in Britain. I tell them all the time, you ever come to Ohio? Yeah, I got a grandma, nigga. Right. I got an extra bedroom. She would love for y'all to come.
Right.
Man, my family, we show love.
Yeah. So that just opens up different doors and things like that as far as with traveling and stuff. And you know, that's dope. That's dope. I hope. I definitely am going to, you know, go outside of the country and things like that, just so I can have different experiences like that. Not going to jail, but
She gonna keep doing shit.
Okay.
because I would just.
Somebody got to do it.
Hey,
I
bro.
feel like,
Hey,
somebody gotta do it.
I would not even last. I'm telling y'all, I'll be like, bro, call my mama.
But now the thing is though, oh my God, that's the thing. They wouldn't even give me no fucking. I couldn't call nobody. They was treat. Oh,
They was
okay.
messing
Yeah,
up.
look,
But you know what?
in jail.
But you know what? That kind of, you know, is
But it was crazy.
kind of like how it is in America for black men. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but nah, it ain't like
On that level.
They was oblivious with
But
that.
they
It
was aggressive though.
very aggressive,
Yes.
and they would tell me like, I was like, do I get a phone call? Like, no, you shouldn't have been drinking in my country. Yeah, like shit like that. Like they would tell you like, no,
Right.
you're not calling nobody. No, you don't need no help.
But what's crazy to hear that though is to think about it as if, as a person, when you hear a person tell you that story, I think you respond one of either two ways. You either look at it and go, they on some bullshit over there, or you look at it and go, they're that devoted to their people being a better type of person that we're gonna be this strict on things. Like, I mean, because you hear it around our country all the time. People say, if you give stricter punishments, you'll have less crime. For instance, murder. If you kill somebody, we taking your life. If that becomes a policy, a rule, a law, you would have less people killing. And it's just like I said, you either look at that one or two ways. Like, and I think that helping or hindering. You look at it like, man, that's some bullshit. You ain't got it. You can loosen up the reins a little bit, or you look at it like, nah, you that devoted to your
One
people.
and done.
Now, I agree and disagree. Only reason because if you go to these clubs, if you go to these places, nigga, a lot of times all you gonna find is these motherfuckers and these motherfuckers getting drunk.
Right. Like, it's okay for y'all.
Now, the most thing that what I feel personally is disrespectful is that they will go out and they can doors and drink. So it's not even like they hiding. Like you can tell that they're from here, that they're local, and they just sitting there getting toasted. Now, personally, I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm from America. That's what we do. But to them, it's just like, to their country, and it's just like, that's just something I feel like they should,
So if you're gonna do it, you got to do it all the way around. Don't just half it.
You feel me? Don't half it. But one thing I do want to say, like, mind-blowing things that happen over there, there are people from there. A lot of them never leave their country. A lot of them can speak fluent English, and the way they do it, never left their country. And the way they do it is by watching our movies. Like I tell some of my friends a lot of times, one of my other friends, Mohammed with an N, Mohammed, not Muhammad. He learned how to speak English by watching Get Rich or Die Trying and a lot of American movies. That's his favorite
That's
movie.
some gangster
That's
shit,
his,
ain't it?
That's his favorite movie. Get Rich or Die Trying. He's from,
And he learned how to speak
Abu
English?
Dhabi, and he learned how to speak English off that and American movies. Then when I went over there, he was like, asked me like, so can I say it? Can I?
He wants to say nigga.
Man, I'm like, but I didn't know. I'm looking like, what?
Like,
we
what?
drinking like, what you want to say, bro? What you want to say? Talk about, my nigga. I said, are you serious? Did he just said, bro, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping, bro. That's
At least he asked, because you know, white people be like, yeah, nigga, be like, bro, you know you ain't.
Listen, that's another thing. They know the difference between white Americans and black Americans. I had so many people over there tell me that they love black Americans more than they love white Americans. That was mind blowing to me.
They know the difference.
It's white Americans.
The fact that they're able to see the difference. They say like we just our culture, the love we show, the respect we show.
So we is lit worldwide.
Bro, we love that, bro. And if you're an African American male,
you lit.
And she know you from America?
Ooh, I can't even touch on that.
You better take your ass out the country. Go by yourself.
Dinka, Eddie Dinka.
Go by yourself. I ain't even man, Dingo. But go by yourself.
What that about wraps
Don't take sand to the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Not to there. But nah, definitely not. If you do have a lady though, I definitely encourage going to that country because it's a mind-opening experience, but don't only go to Dubai. If you do go there, take 45 minutes, go up the road. You can buy. It ain't that expensive to go up to, but see the way the people really live.
See how the locals, not the tourism type stuff.
Go see how the people really live because it's mind-opening. It's definitely definitely worth it.
Well, this about wraps up our 4th episode of the Forum.
Real quick.
Sure.
Got one more question?
No. Do you wanna end it with all 3 of us, or do you wanna go back to just the 2?
We can do
Go
it.
ahead. All right. Just making sure.
That about wraps up our 4th episode of the Forum Show. We want to thank everybody, including Dennis, for coming on
man,
camera.
Definitely appreciate you coming through, man.
And I want to thank y'all for bringing me here. Like I told y'all, I hit Dano up. I told him from the rip, though, I love what y'all got going on. I shared that shit immediately.
Yeah,
that shit
he
jumping.
really supports a lot of people.
I love
and that's how we gonna advance.
That's all we need to do. That's what they do over there.
Share each
Support
other.
your people,
Yes,
man.
support your people.
It don't cost anything to share somebody.
Right, to share somebody post. Yeah, and
That's
if you don't
support.
want your stuff consumed with it, that's fine. But if you don't mind, one share could really bring somebody a customer,
And if
a
you
view,
got a closed
whatever.
mind, do not comment on my shit, bro.
Right, right.
Ass,
Open-minded individuals
Don't come for
only.
my shit.
Open-minded. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We want to thank Dennis. We want to thank everybody that's working on the back end.
Thank y'all.
We
Thank
definitely
y'all.
got to get you back in here, man.
Please do.
We got to get off the camera and talk about that.
Right.
You know, those Dubai, some of those experiences. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate you coming through, man. We
Thank
definitely
y'all
want
for
to have
having
you
me,
back
truly.
anytime, man. Anytime you see, we because we trying to move forward. You know, giving the outside people a little insight on our our upcoming topics. So, man, anytime you see that post, man, you want to get on.
Want to get on there? Go ahead, go ham.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Through, you know where we at, man. That we, like I said, anytime we because I definitely want to get you on here a lot more.
Thank you,
Right,
bro.
right.
I
This
wanna
was
come.
fun. This
Shit,
was
I wanna
fun.
come.
So thanks for tuning into the Forum Show, where we do
fan.
our culture.
Our way, people. So we out. Check us out. Stay tuned.